Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Normally I would say happy Sunday, however, the news coming from Australia, from Sydney, is not a happy news at all. There has been a shooting. I believe at least 3 people are dead. It was taking place on the Bondi beach. We will go to this news later on today. A very suspicious situation, very suspicious one. So we're going to look into what's going on in Australia. I just want to start with saying I hope anyone who is watching me from Australia, and I know I have pretty big audience from there, I hope you are safe and you are not in any danger. You are not in any danger. Nevertheless, it's stressful news. And the underlying topic here is Israel and Hanukkah. And why is that? Because allegedly people were celebrating Hanukkah on the beach. That's what news said. And that's the reason for the shooting, for killing people. It's an interesting story because something is very fishy and very suspicious in there. We will go into it after we look into ERIKA KIRK statements. I have to play for you those 2 videos because they are, again, setting the tone for many things that are going on around the world. So let's start with the first clip. This is from one of her latest interviews. She had so many that is impossible to follow at this point. And I just want to say before we play her videos that the title of the book that Charlie has written, some people say that he did not write this book. That's a book written by Turning Point USA or whoever was commissioned to write it. The title of it is Stop. So now think about it. Each time she says stop, stop doing this, like to Candace Owens, right? Stop, 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 stop. She's subconsciously programming this stop into your mind. And that's the title of the book. Again, before I start, I almost forgot. I want to say thank you to Heather and Patricia for your very generous donations on PayPal yesterday. I have sent you an email just to confirm if it was a donation or you are interested in purchasing my book for children that I will be showing to you at the end of this video. So let's start with ERIKA KIRK today, guys, and then we go to that tragedy in Sydney.
Always would say very clearly, Jew hate was brain rot. He would always say it. We've been to Israel twice together. And to be able to walk in the place where our Lord walked and see the Bible come to life in Technicolor, how could you hate that place? How could you hate the Jewish people? Why? Because you need to fulfill a conspiracy theory? I'm wrapped in, people say I'm a part of conspiracy theories all the time. It's sick, and it needs to stop. We are human. No one is perfect. No Christian is perfect. No Jew is perfect. No Muslim is perfect. We are broken, sinful humans in need of a Lord and Savior. And that's why it is so important to give your life to the Lord. Because once you do that and you fully surrender to the Lord, you have no room in your heart for hate. And so, sir, I am so sorry what happened to your daughter. I pray that does not happen, and I pray that that is something that we can somehow extinguish in this world. But we are living in enemy-occupied territory, and every single day we need to guard ourselves, guard our minds, guard our heart, and the best way to do that is reading God's word. And you cannot separate the Old Testament from the New Testament. You cannot. Charlie always would say very clearly, Jew hate was brain rot.
Perhaps I should use it for the title of this video. So that was ERIKA Kirk's sermon for this Sunday, everyone, if you don't know. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. First, let's read the comments here. She refuses to say Jesus. Another one, Jews legit killed Jesus. Another one, we don't hate the place or the people. We hate the Israeli government and the influence it has over American politicians. That's it. So my opinion on this, so many thoughts. Well, let's start with, we're going to go to the next video in a moment, but let's start with groomed and trained by Mossad, my first thought. Second thought, poor acting, but still acting, and then also very much likely MK Ultra procedure, programming, however you name it, professionally, and I don't know exactly how to call that experience of being under MK Ultra. And last but definitely not least, some demon reptilian creature possessed. So imagine if we have all of those together, what a turmoil inside. But this is not the end of the story. I think we are kind of in the beginning of this story, because this guy has put together a video with interesting information in it. Yesterday, I showed you the picture of her with Benjamin Netanyahu's son, and that was in Israel in 2019. So we're going to go back to this picture, and there is a plot that thickens connected to Netanyahu's son, and now looks like ERIKA KIRK as well. So let's take a listen.
Does the aesthetics of this show remind you of anything? Anyone? Maybe this guy? Okay, so follow this timeline here with me. On August 9th, Yair Netanyahu, the son of Bibi Netanyahu, announces that he's going to be starting a new podcast with, once again, very America First vibes. And then a few days later, on August 13th, Harrison Smith reports that he was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. And then, of course, we all know what happened about a month later. Tragedy strikes. But check this out. Who does ERIKA KIRK just so happen to be standing next to in this AIPAC photo? Yep. None other than Yair Netanyahu. Probably nothing to see here.
Sorry for the video slowing down. You know how it goes on my channel sometimes. So can you see this? How we have more dots to connect? So could it be, but this would be really crazy thought, that Netanyahu's son wanted to have a successful podcast? I mean, this is just like very shallow reasoning and very shallow motivation. I think my thoughts on that is definitely the whole situation is not because his son wants to take over and have like a great podcast worldwide. I think the reason is because they wanted to use this movement, utilize it for their advantage, since Charlie allegedly was changing his opinion on things, meanwhile generating huge amounts of money. Guys, if they were able to make over $150 million in 3 months, this is huge. This is for non-profit, right? Think about it. Just think about it. Not to even mention the life insurance she got and, you know, the fundraisers, etc. Now the book. I tell you what I told you already. I think they are going to use her in the next presidential campaign to be running as the vice president. This is my take on this. So whatever is the reasoning, I think there are many layers, many reasons, but the main one is the political influence. And a lot of people still believe her, still believe what she's saying, still believe in that organization, Turning Point USA. So now, let's go to Australia. Heartbreaking news, really is. But what got my attention is why there were two men who went on the beach simply to kill people. And of course, those people were celebrating Hanukkah, because today is the day they celebrate Hanukkah, or they start the celebration. I don't know. I don't follow their religion, so I have no idea. But let's take a look. Let's take a listen to this heartbreaking news, and then I will give you my few cents. One of the videos I will be playing for you is one man who actually stopped. There are two guys with guns, and there was one man, I don't know, a stranger, just someone who was there, who was able to stop one of those killers and literally remove the gun from his possession. So let's start with the first video that gives you overall of the situation, and then we look into that second one that I just described to you.
Reports that there were potentially two gunmen. We've heard reports that, in fact, one of them has been shot by police. A second, we understand, has been arrested. These are confronting scenes that we are showing now, of course, of some of the casualties. Are you hearing any more in terms of anyone actually sort of witnessing anyone armed with a gun, or any of the events that unfolded?
We're about 150 metres or so, maybe even further, a couple hundred metres away from where the incident actually occurred. So the people here, I guess their first thought was their own safety. So they've fled into the cafes here. They've gone into wherever they could to get safety and get some cover to ensure that they weren't a casualty in this horrific situation. We haven't spoken to anyone directly that has seen anyone with a gun. Obviously, a lot more news is coming into the news, a lot more information is coming into the newsroom as we speak. But I guess the aim over the next little while is to speak to some witnesses here and see what exactly unfolded here at Bondi Beach about an hour and a half ago.
Just describe the atmosphere for us there now, if you could, Zach. I imagine people are just in an absolute state of shock. I mean, this to see vision like this on Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, we just never expect it.
No, you certainly don't, Georgie. As I said, a beautiful Sunday evening here. A lot of people on the hill, on the beach, in the bars, the cafe, enjoying themselves. And the great things about Sydney, the beach and the water and the great vibes leading into Christmas, which is now less than 2 weeks away. I guess it is quite eerie because not too long ago it was a serious situation here where people were fleeing, whether it be into the water, up the hill, into cafes, into shops, into bars, trying to stay safe and get to safety. Yeah. And obviously since then, a lot of people have now come back out onto the streets. There's a lot of people on their phones, I guess, checking with loved ones. There's a lot of people, getting phone calls from their loved ones to tell them that they are okay, or them checking in on their safety. A lot of people talking in small groups, maybe describing what they saw and again, what we're recounting here and just how tragic this afternoon has been.
Absolutely. Just recounting for people who might only just be tuning in, we can tell you that this evening dozens of shots have been fired at Bondi Beach with multiple casualties reported. This all unfolding just after 6:30 this evening. As you can imagine, the beach was just crammed with people enjoying the summer evening, restaurants filled with patrons, and we're hearing reports of dozens of shots ringing out. That, of course, led to mass panic, people fleeing the area. You can see vision now. We have, I understand, an account from one witness that's just come in. We'll throw to that now.
What the gun? What the Yo, what the dude? What the What the What the
Work today is broken.
So the commercial said, work today is broken, world today is broken. The demons are trying their hardest to accomplish whatever is their agenda. My thoughts on this. Before we go to the video, you're gonna see how one guy stabbed the man with the gun, actually. Incredible video. It takes courage. It does. What I'm thinking is, who ordered it? Who ordered that shooting? It says over 10 people, at least 10 people dead, maybe more. This was a few hours ago, this report. But my thoughts are that this is going to be titled as anti-Semitic because they were celebrating Hanukkah. This also creates, probably December is very, very big in the Satanic calendar. So this creates another energy harvesting lush, as they call it, ritual, because that's how the demons get their energy, from fear, panic, being terrified, and people running around confused, absolutely in fear. Many people will not be willing to go out into the public or socialize with others. So this creates another trauma because a lot of those people have experienced trauma. Some of them will overcome it, but in the back of their mind, they will have this each time they go to the beach for a very long time. Some of them probably forever, that you never know when you close your eyes and you lay down on the sand if there is someone standing above you with the gun to shoot you, right? That's what they are creating. So you live in constant fear. But I think the main theme that they are focusing on, that it was Hanukkah celebration and most of the news that I came across. So that will be probably shown as anti-Semitic. Let's go to the second video. I would like to know what you think about this, guys, because this is very suspicious to me. This is very suspicious to me from all places in Sydney, Australia. Why there? Why now? Let's take a look.
Oh! C'est un malade! Oh mon gros! Oh! Ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus! Il est trop con, le mec qui a l'arme!
All right. This is a video of a bystander tackling one of the shooters. This is extraordinary. You clearly see one of the shooters there carrying a rifle, ducking behind the bridge. This is the very same bridge where we then, moments ago when we were looking at the live aerial shot where we saw two bodies. So one of the assailants, it seems, ducking, opening fire. Two assailants, armed.
En gros, il a récupéré l'arme du mec qui...
Okay, the person who's watching and filming this is speaking in French and saying that that these two bystanders were able to recover the weapon of one of the assailants. Those are the two people with the white shirts hiding behind the tree. You also saw
C'est
briefly
un attentat, frère. Eh, il y en a un, il est en dessous du bridge.
a police officer
Ouais.
hiding behind their vehicle, or taking cover, I should say, behind their vehicle. Even as the two, all right. So this is a loop. Let's watch this again together. This is an extraordinary moment, and this appears to be how one of the assailants was neutralized. The bystander grabbing his weapon, grabbing him from the back, grabbing his weapon. He does not shoot him, raises his hand, puts the weapon down, even as the gunman, who appears to be stunned, and the person watching this is saying how courageous indeed the bystander is, and the gunman just walks away, appears somewhat stunned and dazed. Another gunman opening fire. All of this happening meters away from Bondi Beach, popular destination for residents of Sydney, for tourists. It's known around the world. It's just a few kilometers away from the city center. Extraordinary scenes playing out.
So I have to say, I don't know if I said it already, because sometimes I forget there's so much in your head, in your mind, when you're watching things like this. What I say in one sentence, Mossad operation, I don't know, I just feel like this. I might be completely crazy, I might be just very, off. I just feel like Mossad is behind it. It's just my way. Yeah, I'm very biased. I know, I'm very, very biased. I will attach those links down below in the description box. So since I said Mossad, maybe we should go to some videos from the archives with Netanyahu. His own words. Let's take a listen.
To blow up a bus full of children. Get somebody to blow up a bus full of children or a building full of innocent civilians, you have to grind it into their minds. You have to wash their brains and tell them there's a higher cause out there. It's religious, ethnic, racial, whatever. And for that higher cause, you can disregard all the normal rules of morality.
Someone said in the comments, every accusation is a confession. What do you think? What is this story in Australia? I would like to know your thoughts, guys. As you could see in that video, they were saying that 13 people were taken to hospital. 3 of them are dead already, but again, numbers might change. I'm just not buying this story at all. Something is very, very suspicious about it. But like ERIKA said, nothing is really Israel's fault. It's just the conspiracies, right? All it's because of the conspiracies. A little bit shorter video today. Thank you so much for watching, for hitting thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm. As you know, those type of topics are not quite welcome on most of the platforms. If you choose to support my work, you can become my Patreon member, local supporter, or donate on PayPal. And also, I have one product. I have no sponsorships from anyone, never had, actually. My product is my book for children that I have written, book number 1, Matilda's and Odo's Adventures. I very much appreciate you ordering it. That's the way to support my channel and my work. The book is in the process of being printed right now. It should be ready definitely this month, hopefully before Christmas, but I cannot promise this. There is 4 more books to come, so don't worry. You will have a beautiful collection for children to read, to explore, to use their imagination and to learn to ask questions, because the main character of this book has a lot of questions. And there is one important question, the most important question she has, the most eager one. What is the most important thing in life? What do you think, guys, is the most important thing in life at this moment or in any moment? I leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. The links will be attached down below in the description box. Just scroll down under the video. Bye, everyone.